I'm Heidi with Healing Harvest Homestead, and I thought I would pop on here right now and show you how to make a couple of sinus blends, one for children and one for adults. The reason I'm doing this is because one of my friends down the street asked me if I had a blend for a 4-year-old who's having some extreme sinus congestion with, the green stuck snot and all that. And so first of all, I just want to say that for that kind of sinus stuckness, an herbal steam is really a good option. So that's what I would do for that child initially is go ahead and give that child a nice herbal steam. You can find out how to do that on my website. In fact, I'll leave a link in the description below. Always be sure to read my descriptions because I put a ton of other information in there over and above what I say in the videos. But herbal steams can help open up the sinus areas and just help you decongest. And so there's full directions to do that down there. So she wanted a roll-on. And the thing is, with a steam, it's kind of a production. So you can do that 2 or 3 times a day to help, and it actually helps you get better a lot faster too. But in between the steams, I like to use a roll-on because you can roll the roll-on around your ears and your neck and the back of your neck, even your temples, and it can just help open up those sinuses. So we're going to go ahead and talk about a children's formula, and we're going to also talk about an adult formula because you're going to want to use slightly different essential oils for each one, and I'll explain why. And you're also going to want a different dilution rate for each one too. Otherwise, the process is exactly the same. We're going to use a 10 milliliter or 1/3 ounce roller bottle, and I like to use either fractionated coconut oil or sweet almond oil or jojoba oil. All of those are my favorites for roller bottles, and they're all just fine. I have found, by the way, that jojoba oil is very, very wonderful for your skin. If you want like what's best for your skin, it's because it's the most similar to your own skin's sebum or lipid layer that's always sitting on top of our skin, and it helps protect the skin. But we're not putting this all over our face. So anyway, that was just a little bit of extra information there. All right, so we are going to go ahead and start off with the children's blend. Now, I've got several essential oils here. For the children's blend, we're going to go ahead and use cypress, very, very safe for children, eucalyptus divus. Now, eucalyptus has different species, okay? And you have to be very certain about which one you pick. The most common is Eucalyptus globulus. And there's been a lot of information in the press in the last decade about how it's potentially dangerous for children, especially under certain ages. So the safe thing to do is just be careful with that. Don't use Eucalyptus globulus, which is high in a chemical called 1,8-cineol, if the child is under 10 years of age. Otherwise, I like to use Eucalyptus divus. And for children in that 4 or 5-year-old age range and above, it's just fine. So this is Eucalyptus divus, and I will put this in the notes at the bottom as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and use pine scots or Scotch pine. It's called both. And it's a very, very wonderful pine essential oil that's quite safe for kids, and it just opens everything up really well too. And then the last essential oil I'm using for the children's blend is sweet marjoram. Sweet marjoram is wonderfully safe, and you need to be sure that you're getting Oregana majorana because, or marjorana. The reason is that sometimes you might get another species of marjoram, and you don't want that because they do different things. So sweet marjoram is the one you're looking for. Not wild, sweet. And the thing about marjoram that I just love is besides it helping open sinuses gently and safely, it's also excellent for relieving anxiety and stress. And you know what, you guys, when you're stuffed up, especially if you're a little child and you don't know why you can't breathe, it's stressful. It releases stress chemicals in your body, and and it doesn't help you get better very fast. So anytime somebody is sick, I think using stress relieving or anxiety relieving kinds of essential oils is a really good idea. So that's why sweet marjoram is in this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use a total of about 6 to 7 drops of this, and that is going to be a 3% dilution, which is a good dilution for something like this for a child that's like 4 or 5 years old or so. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with 2 drops of cypress. Okay, and then we're going to go to 1 drop of eucalyptus divas. Come on. There we go. And we're going to do 2 drops of the pine scots. Okay. And we're going to do 2 drops of the sweet marjoram. This is going to give us an approximate 3% dilution. Now I'm going to take my little baby funnel, and there's my little jar, and I'm going to pour in my carrier oil. There we go. Oops, I might go over the, whoa. Yeah, don't want to do that. I just accidentally filled it a little too much. Okay, I'm going to pop on a roller bottle because I overfilled it. I'm going to do that fast because I overfilled it, and the essential oils tend to come to the top. All right, now I'm going to put my lid on, shake it up, and it's perfect to go ahead and roll in those areas for the child. Okay, so there's that one. Now, I want to just talk about dilution charts for a moment. So and then I'll show you the adult, the adult formula. This is the Ultimate Essential Oil Reference Guide, and it's safety and dilution information at your fingertips. And it's 37 pages of just good safety information to know about essential oils, as well as different dilution charts. So I've got dilution charts in here for infants and babies. I've got dilution charts for children and directions for how to use essential oils safely with kids, elderly, pregnant women, animals and pets. So this is it is really pretty comprehensive as far as safety and using essential oils, no matter what your human condition or age or anything is. And it's general. This is one of the dilution charts that's in this book, and it's the super comprehensive dilution charts for essential oils. It's got different measurements over here, different percentages over here, and between this and all the information in the book, plus the different dilution charts that are in here. So this is the one for infants and toddlers, and you can see there's different ones throughout, but you can find this in my shop. You can find it in my course, my school, or if you want to get into our Essential Oil Club, the Confident Oily Crew, it's really a fun place to be, and it's a great place to learn about essential oils with a master class every single month and live teachings every week. And you can catch them whenever you want to, but this book is free, along with a lot of other goodies in there. So it's really not expensive either. So anyway, this is a dilution chart. I recommend that you get one and print it out and hang it on your wall, or put it where you use your essential oils, because it's so helpful and necessary. Even though I'm a certified aromatherapist, I do find myself reaching for my dilution chart often, because that way I'm sure about what I'm doing. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to talk about an adult blend. So for adults, my favorites are peppermint and eucalyptus globulus. Now this is the strong eucalyptus, okay? So I'm going to take my eucalyptus divas and go put it over here by the kids blend. And then I've got my sweet marjoram, and I've got my pine. So I'm going to go ahead and go with these 4 essential oils. Again, it's peppermint, eucalyptus globulus, sweet marjoram, and Scotch pine, or pine Scots. It's called both. But anyway, I'm using these because these are very, very powerful at opening up your sinuses. Peppermint contains a high level of menthol, which is super helpful for waking you up and also helping you breathe. The eucalyptus globulus contains a chemical called 1,8-cineol, and 1,8-cineol is excellent for also helping open up those passages. There are other essential oils that contain high levels of 1,8-cineol too, and those would be perfectly fine as substitutions in this blend. Now, 1,8-cineol is the chemical that shouldn't be used with children under the age of 10, at least really close to their faces. The marjoram's in here because, again, it's a mild respiratory essential oil, but also it helps relieve stress and anxiety to an extent. And then I've got the pine Scots, which, again, pine is just a wonderful, wonderful helper for your sinuses. Peppermint. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add 10 total drops to this, and this is going to be a 5% dilution, which is a good place to start if you're having acute sinus issues. Acute means you're struggling a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use 3 drops of peppermint. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and use 3 drops of my eucalyptus globulus. Okay, and I'm going to use 2 drops of my marjoram. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and use 2 of my pine. And you can just imagine this blend smells really nice. Okay. Now, same thing, I'm going to go ahead and fill this to about the shoulder, no more, with my fractionated coconut oil. And with these tiny bottles, you have to be really careful because it's very, very easy, as you just saw with the children's blend, to overfill them. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out of there and pop on my little roller bottle. There you go. Shake it up gently to get it well mixed and put a lid on it. Now I'm going to be sure to label both of these so that I can tell them apart, because you definitely want to be able to know which one you're putting on your child. You know, for yourself, you could handle both of these, but for a child, you definitely want to know which one you're using. And that's it. And go ahead and just get that roller ball going. Yeah, this is very nice. Get it smooth all over and enjoy being able to breathe again. All right, so this was how to make a respiratory blend for children and for adults in a 10 milliliter or about 1/3 of an ounce roller bottle, and a little bit about the dilution and how to do that. And if you're not sure about the dilution rates, then I suggest getting this guide, because it's very useful, and printing out of the guide a couple of these for when you need them. I leave them like just around. Or joining us in the Confident Oily Crew. It's a really great fun membership. It's brand new. There's right now 3 master classes as well as the guide, and every month I do a myth of the month, things that people commonly think about essential oils that aren't true. So there's 3 of those in there right now, and it's not expensive. It's about 15 bucks. So it is 15 bucks. Anyway, guys, this is Heidi with Healing Harvest Homestead. I'd love to have you join us in the crew and enjoy weekly lessons where I get in there and I teach weekly, as well as the actual course lessons in the membership. So it's a good place to be. Alrighty, as we go into cold and flu season, and as winter gets rolling on here, and as children are coming into contact with each other again, depending on where you are, of course, with the whole stuff that's going on in the world right now, you'll have some nice sinus options for you and your child. All right, hope you enjoyed this, and I will Talk with you later and have a really great day. Bye-bye.